Hi guys, welcome to Early Years Matters TV. On this channel, we focus on everything early childhood related. If these are the kind of things you're looking forward, you have to do subscribe, and not just subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so that whenever a new video is being dropped on this channel, you'll be the first person to be notified. Today, I'm going to talk about the role of play in relation to the children's intellectual or cognitive development. Yes, today's discussion is going to be all about how play helps the child to develop in terms of their cognitive and intellectual development. So I'll start by giving the definition of what is cognitive or intellectual development. Cognitive or intellectual development has to do with a child or group of children using their imagination, their brain, processing things, thinking. So this is what cognitive or intellectual development is all about. Cognitive development has to do with the child or group of children using their brain, their memory, attention span, thinking. So anything that has to do with the brain, with the processing of things, this is what cognitive or intellectual development is all about. So now let's talk about how play helps the child to develop in terms of their cognitive or intellectual development. For instance, if the children are engaging in pretend play or make-believe play, they are going to process, they are going to use their brain to act out. Like for instance, if a child is pretending to be a doctor, so this has to do with their brain processing. How does a doctor behave? They would have to imagine what does it mean to be a doctor. They would have to put themselves in the position of a doctor. So can you see that this has to do with a child or group of children using their brain, processing things? For instance, if the children are scoping, if they're engaging in sound play, water play as well, all of this has to do with their brain. For instance, if they are scoping, they are using the spoon or they are using a rake, they are scooping into a bowl. So this has to do with being focused, attention, their imagination. Okay, I have to be very careful now. This is where I have to pour the sound. It goes into the bowl. So can you see that play also helps in terms of cognitive or intellectual development as well? For instance, if the children are counting as well, let's say they are counting, they are sorting their toys, they are putting all the red toys together, they are putting all the green toys together. This has to do with the children using their brains as well, because they're going to be thinking, okay, all red toys goes to this corner, all blue toys go to this corner. Okay, let's count. How many toys do we have? And the children will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and many more. So can you now see that they are using their brains? They are playing, but at the same time, this is going to help them in terms of their cognitive or intellectual development. So in terms of sharing story, for instance, if you're sharing a story with a group of children and you ask them questions, all of this has to do with the children using their imagination. If you ask them questions, for instance, boys and girls, what do you think is going to happen on the next page? They have to pause. They have to think. A lot is going on in their brain. They have to pause for a second and think, what do you think is going to happen? So they have to guess. All of this has to do with the children using their brain, using their imagination. So can you see that the play helps in terms of children cognitive or intellectual development? And this is one thing I say to people. Most times people say, oh, the children are playing, but they are not learning. You need to understand that when the children are playing, they're also learning. In the era of early childhood, play is a child's work. Children are playing, but at the same time, they are learning. So now let's cite another example as well. For instance, if the children are running around and sick, so you know they are using their imagination as well. For instance, okay, let me go and hide in that corner. That corner is going to be safe. Nobody is going to see me. So can you see a lot is going on in relation to their imagination, their brain? Okay, that is a very safe corner now. Let me go and hide there. Florence is not going to catch me. Other children will not be able to reach out. They are not going to see me. So you can see that this is being processed. The child or the group of children has already processed it. Oh, this is a safe abode to hide. Nobody is going to see me. So there's a lot that goes on in relation to the children's imagination when they're engaging in play. So educators, parents, I'm going to implore you to encourage the children to play, because when they are playing, there's a lot that they are going to gain. Last up that the children stands to gain when they're engaging in play. So educators, parents, I'm going to implore you, encourage the children to play, especially in the area of early childhood. Play is a child's work. The children are playing and at the same time they are learning. And you need to understand that there's some things that you want to teach to children. You can teach them through play. You want to teach them counting, sorting of things, a lot of things that you want to teach them in the area of early childhood. You can do this through play. So I hope you've taken note of all the points that I've listed in relation to how play support or promote cognitive or intellectual development. If you want more of this video on this channel, what do you have to do? Subscribe, and not just subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so that whenever a new video is being dropped on this channel, you'll be the first person to be notified. Until I come your way next time, stay safe and mind yourselves for now. Bye.